Hey, good morning. There's all this weird stuff going on in New Jersey, not just there, but all over the place with these drones that everybody's seeing. And I can't tell you what it all is. Uh, I have my idea what I think it is. I think it's it's a government operation, probably for the most part, what people are seeing. And the government's just lying to us because that's what they do best. But it reminds me of Luke 21:11, where Jesus said that right before his return, there would be famine and pestilence and earthquakes. And then he says this, and it's just kind of overlooked because I don't think people really know what to do with it. And you will see terrors and signs from heaven. What do you think that actually looks like? Like, what, when you think, when Jesus says that, what do you think that actually looks like? Terrors. The word terrors is the word in Greek, it's two words put together, phobotron. The word phobia is in there, which is where, you know what that means. It's a fear. It's a fearful sight. It's something very scary. Now, what would freak people out coming out of the sky? That would be a terrible, frightening thing. I mean, what is it? The sky changes colors or something? Or what in the world would it be? Jesus says in Matthew 24 that right before his return, the sun will not give off its light. The moon will not give off its light. The stars will fall. What does that look like exactly? Like in real life when it actually happens? What's it going to look like? That's still don't know. But this kind of stuff that we're seeing, along with all of the UFO sightings, all these orbs of light that are sporadically moving around and hovering above the White House and above the Capitol and in other places that are being seen that are not really drones, that can't really be explained. I think this is very possibly what Jesus was talking about, and that it's only going to get more frightening. Like right now, it's just curious. It's just, what is that? What are we looking at? And it's going to get to the point when things really start to unravel that these things are going to scare the crap out of everybody. And when the Bible talks about the heavens or heaven, if it's either talking about the sky, above us, but if it's talking about like heaven where the realm of God and the angels are, then it's talking about the other dimension of the spiritual realm that materializes into the physical realm. And if you have a hard time believing in the supernatural, first of all, I don't know how you're a Christian, because our whole faith is based on supernatural. But the supernatural is real. The heavens or the celestial spiritual realm is real. And it's not far, far, far away in another galaxy. It's right here among us. It's parallel with us. So the idea of parallel universes, parallel realities, it's not just something to be put in a science fiction movie. A lot of the stuff we see in the movies, like that TV show, the Man in the High Castle, where there's a parallel universe of what could have happened if history went a different way. That's fiction, of course, but the idea of there being a parallel universe, or even just as, the funny cartoon Sonic the Hedgehog, where there's, portals that can be opened up that can go into another place. When you're talking about the spiritual realm, where the angelic beings come and go between the heavens or the spiritual realm and the physical world we live in, there is something to that. There's something to it. So, or like the Matrix, where you have the dream world and then you have the real world, but they're parallel with each other. They affect each other. You don't think those ideas just came out of somebody's imagination. That stuff comes from some element of truth, and the spiritual realm is like that. Not like the movie with robots and, we're all just in tanks being fed and the reality we're living isn't real. No, we live in the physical, real reality, and then there's a spiritual reality that's just as real behind the veil that we can't see. And so I think a lot of what we will be seeing is that spiritual reality breaking into the physical reality. And the terrors that we're going to see are going to be related to that, and maybe very much very scary things to see. The demonic and the fallen angels are no joke. They're nothing to be trifled with. And this may be partly what we're seeing, an incursion of that, or it's the government doing something. I really don't know. I'm not going to try to say I know, but I do know frightful, terrible signs from the skies, from the spiritual realm, are going to make an incursion into this world prior to Christ coming. And there's going to be a lot of deception. And Jesus said to watch out for that. That's why you got to know the way the story is supposed to end and be trusting in the words of Jesus, the words of the apostles, and interpret everything that you're seeing in this world through their words, or you'll be deceived. All right, that's it.